Welcome to the Explainer, everyone. I'm absolutely thrilled you're joining us today. We're diving into something that's really changing the game in the digital economy. If you spend any time shopping or paying for subscriptions online, you've probably heard the term thrown around. So today, we're going to break down the big question. How do virtual prepaid cards work, from the very beginning to the final checkout? Let's get right into it. Ever wondered how a virtual prepaid card can actually make an online payment when, well, it's not even a physical card? If you've never used one, the whole idea of buying something without holding a piece of plastic in your hand can seem honestly a little bit like magic. You're probably thinking, okay, how does a virtual prepaid card work in real life? That is exactly what we're going to clear up today. Here's a quick look at our roadmap for today. We're going to cover what is a virtual card, the virtual card workflow, how payments are processed, physical versus virtual cards, important limitations and security, and finally, a complete summary. All right, moving right along to Section 1, what is a virtual card? This really is the next step in the digital payment evolution. So the beauty of a virtual prepaid card is really just how simple it is. It's exactly what it sounds like, a completely digital payment card. Unlike the traditional methods you're used to, there's absolutely no plastic involved. None. Instead, you get a digital set of details that includes a card number, an expiration date, and a CVV security code. You can use this digital card for eligible online purchases, managing your subscriptions, paying for digital advertising, you name it. So when people ask how does virtual prepaid card work, the simplest answer is that it functions online exactly like a physical card would, just without the physical plastic taking up space in your pocket. Okay, let's jump to Section 2, the virtual card workflow. We're going to map this out from start to finish. You can really think of this workflow as a super clean, logical, 6-step journey. First, you create an account with a provider. Second, you add funds, usually by linking a bank account or maybe a debit card. That money becomes your available balance. Third, your digital card is officially issued. Fourth, you receive those actual card details on your screen. Fifth, you go ahead and make your payment online. And finally, step 6, your balance is updated instantly. Boom! It really is that fluid. Let's zoom in for a second on step 4. Right when your card is generated, what are you actually getting? Well, you get the exact same information you'd find stamped on a piece of plastic. You get a standard 16-digit number, an expiration date, a CVV security code, and of course, your available balance. These specific details are literally the golden ticket that online merchants need to process your order. And that brings us perfectly into Section 3, how payments are processed. We're going to walk through a real-world transaction. So let's set the stage here. Imagine you've just created your account, you've loaded up your virtual card, and you're sitting there with a fresh $100 available in your balance, totally ready to spend. You go to an online store, fill up your cart, and head over to the checkout page. Step 1, you just type in those digital card details, exactly like you always do, and hit pay. In the blink of an eye, Step 2 happens. The merchant sends a payment request. Step 3, the card network instantly jumps in to verify that your $100 balance actually covers the cost. Because the funds are sitting right there, ready to go, we hit Step 4. The transaction is approved. The exact amount is deducted from your balance, and the whole thing happens behind the scenes in mere milliseconds. Now, right after you hit confirm, a few things happen. Your digital dashboard updates immediately. You'll see your available balance decrease, and all the transaction details are neatly logged right there for you to review. At this point, depending on your specific provider, you might be able to add more funds and reuse the card, or if it was a single-use card, that specific number just expires. All right, moving into Section 4, physical versus virtual. Let's really nail down the differences here. When it comes down to it, it's pretty straightforward. A physical prepaid card is a piece of plastic plus those digital details. A virtual prepaid card is just the digital details. That's it. Both of them rely on a prepaid balance that you load up beforehand. The virtual card simply strips away the physical plastic. But do keep in mind, for both options, where you can actually use them depends entirely on the issuer, the merchant, your country, and any specific restrictions the card might have. Which leads us to a really crucial part of the explainer, Section 5, limitations and security. We've got to stay safe and aware out there. We want to be completely upfront with you about the limitations, because virtual cards are awesome, but they aren't a magic wand that works 100% of the time everywhere. They aren't universally accepted. For instance, you might run into roadblocks if you try to use them for certain recurring subscriptions or if a site does a small verification charge. And definitely watch out for hotels and car rentals. Those businesses love to place massive temporary holds on your funds, so they very often reject prepaid cards straight out of the gate. On the security side of things, just because the card lives in the cloud doesn't mean you can let your guard down. You have to treat these digital numbers with the exact same caution you would a physical credit card. Never share your CVV unnecessarily. Only use trusted websites. Make a habit of checking your transactions regularly, keep your account logins secure, and make sure you actually understand your provider's terms. A little bit of common sense goes a really long way in protecting your digital wallet. Well, we have definitely covered a lot of ground today. Let's wrap things up in Section 6, Final Summary. Let's look at the complete picture. If someone ever asks you to explain how virtual prepaid cards work in one sentence, this is what you tell them. A virtual prepaid card works by allowing you to load or receive a prepaid balance, access digital card details, use those details for eligible payments, and have the transaction amount deducted from the available balance. It really is a brilliant, highly controlled way to manage your digital footprint. I really hope this explainer has completely demystified the whole process for you. If you're curious and ready to explore some options for yourself, go ahead and visit CardUpNow.com to see what's out there. But before we sign off, I want to leave you with a quick thought. As our lives become more and more digital every single day, and tools like these virtual cards become the new normal, how much longer until the traditional, bulging plastic wallet is nothing more than a relic of the past? Thanks so much for joining me on the explainer today, and keep learning.